YouTube, what is up? So today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Blob series Build-A-Figure wave. And I want to say this is an X-Men series. However, we do got a She-Hulk and a Thor, but more predominantly, there's more X-Men related figures in here than not. And of course, we have Yellowjacket as well. Um, yeah, I know I said I would do this last week. However, with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit bummed out. And what can you say about that? He was a really good actor, and even more importantly, he was a good person from what I can see. Yeah, rest in peace, Chadwick. And yeah, we're gonna miss you. Um, yeah, that sucks, man. Anyway, it's hard to move past that, but we are. And you know what, and that's what I hope these videos bring you guys, something to get away from, you know the problems in the world, and the heartbreak, and maybe you can relax a little bit. And I feel like, I come to these videos sometimes and review videos to find an escape from a hard day, or something, because this is something that I like to do and I thoroughly enjoy. A lot of us work, we probably don't even enjoy our jobs. So hopefully I can bring you guys, some content that take you guys' mind off all that stuff. And I'm not helping, am I? But let's move forward. Okay, so here we have Ultimate Wolverine. We got the blue PX exclusive and the regular series Wolverine. And the black PX exclusive has the blue Ultimate Wolverine uni. So we got quite a few doubles. Actually, we got, I want to say, 4 doubles in this wave. And they are technically the same, but they're variants. So here you have the Wolverine, Ultimate Wolverine variant, and then you got the Quicksilver variant. One was his original costume in green, and the blue came a little bit later. While with the Brotherhood of Mutants, I want to say his original costume was green, and as he, was later portrayed as an X-Men, he wore blue. However, you are going to find material out there that's going to show him with the Brotherhood wearing blue. Here we have probably everybody's least favorite figure of the wave is going to be the X3 Jean Grey. Very, very similar figures. The only thing different is going to be the paint on the face and the hands. Other than that, this is pretty much the same figure. If we can get a closer look at that. Yeah, so that is very, very subtle there on the face paint. And you can see this one a lot cleaner. So which ones I'm going to be opening, I have no clue. I really only need to open one of each. Not sure at the moment, but we'll play it by ear. Here we have Yellowjacket. We got a more of a gold version and a yellow version. As far as these two are concerned, I am not quite sure which one is the variant version. I want to say it's going to be this one here, and that is the regular release. So I think I'm going to be keeping and opening this one, and this one I might hang on the wall or something. In the future, if I do decide to sell any of this stuff, I will be opening a account to sell on Mercari. When that does happen, if you guys are following me, I'll let you guys know. So be sure to like. Well, you don't necessarily have to like, but make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification button, so when I do make that announcement, I can tell you guys, hey, these things are going to be up on my Mercari account, and you guys can feel free to order, shoot offers, go back and forth, whatever. If you guys are not familiar with that, that is where I got this entire wave from for about $350, and that's just ridiculous price. The blob is pretty expensive. These figures are pretty expensive, and some of them I got, I mean, all of them I got at the same time, but for that price for everything, I think that was a pretty good deal. Moving on, here we have the She-Hulk and Thor. Really good looking Thor. The hips on this one, man, on all of them actually, are really bad. We'll talk about that further in the video as we move along and get these guys open. I think I'm gonna crack them all open at the same time. That way we don't take too long with this video. But if you guys are considering getting this wave, hopefully this helps you make up your mind. And that's why we do these Flashback Fridays and Throwback Thursday videos. This is gonna be considered a Flashback Friday video. And probably two of the most sought after figures in this wave, and not even necessarily figures. This is probably the more sought after figure. This figure is just terrible. It's Juggernaut from the X3. However, this has the hardest to find Build-A-Figure parts, and if you come across it for a good price, even if you don't have the rest of the Blob figures, those are a lot more easier to find than this, especially at a good price. I'm starting to see this guy range from anywhere around 100, 150, 125, somewhere in the middle, and that's just for that figure, just because of the hands for the Blob. So again, if you guys run into this guy somewhere for a good price, I suggest picking him up. With that being said, I don't know how soon, but I do expect we are going to get a Blob figure. And yeah, I think it's a little overdue. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got that at the beginning or the end of next year. But yeah, here we have X3, excuse me, Juggernaut and Zorn, who we actually know is Magneto. Really good figure. The body is, you know, how could I say this? Good for its time. To today's standards, no, not good at all. We do need another Zorn figure. How soon do I figure we're gonna get this? Not sure. Not even sure if that's in the works or anything like that. But the Blob Build-A-Figure, whether they give it to us as a deluxe figure, we're gonna get it. Either Build-A-Figure, deluxe figure, we're gonna get it somehow. But Zorn, really cool. Really, really ugly figure. Actually looks just like the actor though. I can't even remember his name off the top of my head. But yeah, and as you can see, let me see if you can see in there. Yeah, the hands. Yeah, those are really hard to come across. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and pause this, crack everything open, and go from there. We'll put the Blob together. All right, so here we have them all out of package, and yeah, man, these things are a disaster. Yeah, that's why we do these videos. That way I can help you make up your mind on whether or not you want to buy them or not. One thing that I tend to point out, and I tell you guys I kind of like with these instructions here, even though, you know, these things are pretty self-explanatory, I kind of dig it. I like it, you know. And on the back of the packages, you know, we got a nice, you know, decent read up there. You know what I mean? Unlike what we're getting nowadays. I mean, you look at the back of the packaging, and there's absolutely nothing. So it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. You know, and if we do get something, it's really short, like that. Like just like a pretty much one-liner. And yeah, so yeah, I cracked these open. Man, this wow. You know, to say that I blew my money on this is not necessarily a good thing. It's one of those things that I hope you guys will appreciate more than anything, and will help you make up your mind on whether or not you want to buy some of these, go back and track them down, or just pick up the Build-A-Figure parts. You know, that's open, for interpretation for you. You make that decision and you decide on what's best for you. Me, however, I would have bought this wave, you know, if how could I say this? I'm a completist. I'm gonna buy this wave regardless. You know what I mean? And no, regardless of what I paid for it, I felt like it was a good deal. Whether the figures were crap or anything like that, how was I supposed to know? Right? I had an idea, but now that I have them in hand, majority of these things are crap. And that's not Hasbro's fault, but that's what we were dealing with at the time. So a lot of them, we know that these hip joints, these ball joints on the hips, they're just trash. I had to work them and play with them in different ways. But if you look at this X3 Jean Grey, not bad, not a bad look. Horrible body though. You know what I mean? We'd get absolutely nothing out of this. You know what I mean? But for my collection, I'm happy with it. You know, it's some of these guys like, and that's probably was one of the worst figures I would have thought. But then you get to like Wolverine and you look at these claws, and we complain about what Hasbro gives us today. And sorry if I'm stuttering, but what we get today is light years beyond what we were getting then. And especially for these figures, you look at this head sculpt. Like, we know that this is Ultimate Wolverine, and the more I play with him, the more I might like him. But come on, this is a piece of junk. Waste of plastic. But I had to do it to get the Blob figure. So here we have, She-Hulk. And on package, she looks awesome. But in hand, you get her and you look at that face, and it's like, oh my God, what were they thinking? Like, this is not She-Hulk. This is like the Green Giant's niece or something, And these ball joints are just horrible. And it's hard to stand these figures. You have to really work them. Yellowjacket doesn't really look too bad. Pleasing to the eyes. Again, same issues. Not a bad figure. Yeah. Definitely not the worst figure. Pretty cool. Zorn, if you guys didn't know, that's Magneto. Right? Cool figure. Would have technically said this was the best figure in the wave. And maybe the Jean Grey was the worst figure in the wave. But this has definitely got to be the worst figure in the wave. I had so many issues just trying to get this one leg to rotate, to come out. And I feel like I'm going to break it. But I'll tell you this much. With what they're doing with the new figures, the new X-Men movie figures, the Fox figures, if they were to go back and redo these, man, I think they would do an excellent job. And last but not least, Thor. This is probably the best figure of this wave. This is not a bad figure at all. Really big, bulky figure. Looks really good. Not really hard to stand, but a really good looking figure. And I actually really like this Thor more than what I would have thought. So, that being said, let's put this blob together. And we'll just go over who came with what. So Thor came with the head. And on the back of the box, it's definitely going to tell you. Upper torso, She-Hulk. Head, Thor. Lower torso, Ultimate Wolverine. Right arm, right leg with Yellowjacket. Left leg, Zorn. Left arm, Quicksilver. Juggernaut came with the hands. Okay, now with that being said, there's one thing that I want to point out to you guys that is not necessarily a big issue or a huge issue, but may give you some problems when you're trying to put this guy together. So, Let me see if I can find it and point it out. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera. I hope so. So if you can tell right there, there's an L3. That is the left arm. Now, if you're buying these, does it matter? I have no clue, but we're about to find out. And on this one, there's an R2 here. Now, see if I can get that to focus a little better. That's a R2. That's good. So, if you're buying these separately, you're not going to be able to tell which is which unless they specifically state. And that's the only way you'll be able to separate these two pieces from each other. So, hope that's some prudent information for you guys. It will, prove to be useful further down the line. And, a lot of them have some discoloring on them after a while. Like if you can tell, that's like one shade and this is another shade. Who cares? I don't care. The blob is a slob anyway, so it is what it is. So let's go ahead and snap this together, put the blob together, and see what we have. A little tricky so far. Yeah, this thing looks like a meatball. Yeah, this is not as easy as what I thought it would be. Okay. Not too bad. So we got that lower torso put together. Upper torso should just snap right in. And there he goes. Yeah. Thought I'd just have this figured out. R2, right arm. Weird. Okay. So apparently the pegs on the left and right arms are a little different, and they won't let you slot into the opposite arms. So if it doesn't fit in flush and tighten, yeah, it's the wrong arm. So even though it says left and right on them, if they don't go in and port perfectly, it's the wrong arm. So just one thing to keep your eye out on. And I'm pretty sure we all know left and right legs, right, just because of the foot. But yeah, this thing's coming together, man, and I'm not really necessarily disappointed nor happy. I think this is just something that I needed in the collection, and I figured if this figure is going for 250, 260, and I picked it up before. Wow, I don't know how long ago. I picked this up a while back and just never got around to it. And I hope I'm not boring you guys and you guys are staying tuned. With that being said, please go back to the Spider-Man Retro Series video with Daredevil, Armored Daredevil, and Spider-Man. I'm going to be giving away a retro Spider-Man series, Spider-Man from that set. Really sought after figure, really good figure. Make sure you guys go check that video out. Sorry, I probably should have put this together on camera, man. I'm sorry, but I'm a nerd. And there's Blob for you. Yeah, that thing is awesome. And I did say I was gonna bring Pyro out and put them together. So yeah, man, we are gonna be needing an avalanche soon. A new toad, a new blob. So maybe we might get a, I don't know, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants wave, which would be so dope. Wow, we're at 20 minutes. Not cool. Not cool. Anyway, like, subscribe, and take care.